Okay, let's see the general happenings here. This is the 9. This is the 9 of Cups. This has come out in other readings, but it was right side up, and yours is upside down. So there may be a little challenge with, usually this is inheritance of some kind or abundance of some kind. It also can dictate inheriting, because the cups are here, and that's usually love-based connection. But it does feel like there's a bit of a financial challenge for you right now in creating your abundance. It also does look like you're kind of in a holding pattern. You're collecting more information, either for a project, educating yourself for a new job, taking information, gathering information, I should say, to make that next step a little bit more comfortable. So it does feel like through the rest of the winter, your finances may be a little challenged, but it does look like it's workable. There is the devil right next to this card, so that's kind of a warning. Don't spend frivolously, especially if you know you have some big bills coming up. Or don't make rash decisions about money and kind of those, impulse buys. Be careful of impulse buys, Aries. I know that is something you guys like to do. So for the next couple of months, no more impulse buys. Try to get your finances ordered, budgeting, and all that fun stuff that you really loathe. What is next here is the 9. So you have 2 9s on top of one another. So it does look like you're nearing the end of something that you've been working on for quite a while. So don't give up before the miracle happens, Aries. But this is kind of gather ye rosebuds type of card. It's like really looking at how things are, figuring out what your next move is, planting your seeds so you can grow. This orange is really lit up for me right now, and it really feels like you're healing yourself. You're returning your focus to yourself that you have over the last couple of months kind of been out in community and holding situations, people, and communities together. And now it's time to return that focus to you and really think of where you want to be. It does feel like a bucket list update type of thing, really making some changes, slight changes that work better for you. It does feel like collecting information, though. This was also a collecting information. So this can be studying. You can be in school. This could be, just figuring out your own finances or figuring out what your next step is or learning something new. But it does look like you have rounded the corner, that you are gathering information so you can put all these things into play. So you're kind of in a little bit of a holding pattern as you are gathering information, but it does look like spring. You're really going to take off. It does feel like some of those some of the possibilities, some of those desires that you've always wanted to do, you're really looking at how you can create that for yourself. It does feel like you are trying to be a little bit more independent and not either emotionally or financially lean on someone. This can mean, a breakup of a relationship and just figuring out your finances separately, or just how to make more money. It does not dictate that there was some demise of a relationship, but it does look like you're trying to be a little more independent and not relying on others as much, either for money, emotion, or just life. It does look like you're ready to jump in there and start to do things on your own. The Lovers is above you here, so it does feel like love had something to do with some of these changes, whether it was connecting with someone or releasing someone. The Lovers above here for those that are not in relationship. This also can dictate that you're ready to open your heart and you're ready to either reconnect with your current lover or create a new lover in your life. Many Aries that I know have been out of relationship for a very long time. So it does look like all that work that you did last year to heal yourself, heal your heart, heal your situation, that you are ready now to open your heart a little bit. What that looks like for you, it's different for everyone, but it does feel like your heart is opening, and you may be ready for that deep love or just a brisk romance. Who knows? But the lovers are above here, so it does feel like your heart is opening a little bit. It could be closed down from the pain of the past or just disillusionment, but it does feel like your heart is starting to open and to spread your wings a little bit in that love situation. The devil is here, and the devil is always a reminder. This can be addiction. This can be a toxic relationship. This could be a job that's driving you crazy, but it is usually a temptation brought on by some changes. So for those that have gotten sober, it's like somebody offering you a drink. It can be as easy as that. It can be a relationship that was very challenging, trying to come back into your life, or a friendship that was toxic, trying to come back into your life. So it does feel like stick to your guns, continue looking towards the future. And this card kind of dictates looking towards the future. This is also an exalted card, but basically this is a test. It's only a test. It's kind of like Spirit going, are you sure you're ready to grow? Are you sure? Because here's the drug, the alcohol, the relationship. Are you sure you don't want this? So it's just a little test of your power, your own personal power, and your journey. So it does look like it's something that has been brought to your awareness. It is in the past position. It is not in the current position. So it does look like you passed that test, or these wouldn't be that positive. So this is the 6 of Wands, and 6s usually show up after the conflict of 5s. So it does look like you will be honored or exalted. So if you're doing well in school, or you're doing well in your study group, or you're doing well at work, you will be exalted and acknowledged for it. So it does look like all that hard work that you put forth and kind of forced yourself to do, you will be honored for that. If you haven't been honored already, it's coming up. It can be anything from a bonus check to a pat on the back to a raise to your boss telling you doing a great job, your professor telling you doing a great job, or even interpersonal relationships acknowledging how much you've changed, how much you've grown. And you really have grown tremendously. There's tons of orange here. You're really healing yourself out, pardon me, and really moving forward. This is moving forward. This kind of dictates staying in the old ruts, doing the same thing that really was not healthy for you, or moving forward. You see, he's moving forward. He's looking forward into the future. So keep your eyes on the prize, Aries, and keep that energy moving. Wheel of Fortune kind of is whatever you put into something is what you get back. It also can stand for maybe you're a little restless. Wheel of Fortune, it's like not knowing where to go or what to do. So put some things out in the world and see what comes back. The Wheel of Fortune, it can also be a very lucky card. So February, take a chance, take a leap of faith, because you got the luck card here. It is also right along the line of the lovers. It's along the line of money, and it is in front of the test. So it does look like February will be a lucky month for you. So hold your vision, put out that energy into the future and into those endeavors that you would like to see happen. And the Wheel of Fortune kind of gives you that extra little boost. So taking a leap of faith would be really good. You got the luck card this month, Aries. So what is the basis of all this would be the 8. This is the 8 of Cups, and it does feel like you had to walk away from a situation. Cups are usually love, emotions, relationships, friendships. So it did look like you had to walk away from something, maybe not to your choosing. And it does look like there was some anger involved, could be some volatility that finally forced you to make that step into the great unknown. And this could be within relationship space. This could be work. You just finally had it with that boss. But it does feel like you have really decided to move this energy and this situation, even though it was negative and it made you very angry, it propelled you back onto your path, because it does feel like you were kind of wavering a little bit, maybe doing things for others or doing things that were expected of you instead of following your own truth and your own guiding light. It does feel like you're getting much, much more in touch with the voice inside of you, the God inside of you, the spirit inside of you. What is the big picture? So it does look like you have embraced that, whether it's spirituality or yoga, meditation, reading a self-help book. You have decided, you have made a huge decision over the last couple of months that this no longer serves you and you must try something new. But it did take quite a tumultuous, could be either a breakup, firing, house burning down, something like that, big, in order for you to make those changes. The Ace of Swords are here. The Aces are God cards or exalted cards. The Swords is usually mental acuity. So you may have gone back to school. You may be studying. You know, there's a lot in here about studying and collecting, fact finding, things like that. You have a number of cards. So it does look like you are being proactive during this winter season on the western side of the world. So it does look like you are collecting more and more and more information to make these exalted choices. So it may be a raise, it may be studying to take, the bar. It can be just going back to church, but you have made a conscious decision to make some changes and to collect information. The Swords are really about mental stuff. It can be a bit biting as well, kind of slashing, but it does look like when this all of a sudden came to an end, it propelled you into some choices that really scared you, but it does look like is serving you very, very well right now, that you are learning so much more about yourself and your motivations and what you really deserve in life. This crown is lighting up for me, so it really feels like you have upped your havingness. You realize that you deserve a little bit more than this situation, and now embracing those changes. The 10 is right here. 10s are endings of things. You have a number of 10s here. So it does feel like happy home. Once this tumultuous stuff got out of your space, you were able to either move into a new home, redo your home. But it does look like love is the focus now, whereas before it was kind of resolving things and you never knew what was going to hit you. But now things are calming down. It does feel a little bit more comfortable. It feels more comfortable for all in the family, including children. This may be a new relationship for many of you, Aries, or just an acceptance of loving yourself. But things feel a little calmer in the home, and things are progressing at a little calmer pace. And it does look like the focus has been refocused to love and happiness. But you may be doing some work on your house. You may be painting a room, but it does look like happiness through the family. So some things have been resolved. The next card is the 6. And 6s show up after the tumultuous 5s. You have a couple of 6s here. So that's usually the reward after you have resolved either some tumultuous situation or come to grips with it. But this 6 of Swords kind of dictates that you wait a little bit before making any decisions, kind of float, collect more information, which you are doing here. This is also a collection of information as well. So it does look like before making any grand decisions, it's time to float a little bit, heal yourself a little bit more. There's something that's coming up on the body level. It's time to take care of those body issues, to change either your diet, exercise, include exercise into your life. Quit smoking if you're having trouble breathing, things like that, to really honestly look at what needs to be done. Float a little bit, start to heal yourself instead of pouring that energy out into the community. It's time to heal yourself. And it does feel like a bit on the physical level. Can be even getting your mental self balanced if there is no physical ailments happening. The 3 is over here. This is a pentacle, so it does look, once again, collecting more information before you make a decision. But it does look like higher exalted information. So many of you might have wandered back into church or taking a meditation class or just reading Chicken Soup for the Soul. But it does look like you are starting to include the soul part of my body, mind, and soul. So it is a balance between all 3. And all 3 here, it's looking for a little bit more balance. It does feel like you're getting some answers. This can be, if you've been having a little depression or you've been sad about things or kind of stuck, this can dictate wandering into a therapist's office. There is no shame in getting help. So it does look like you have found the direction that you can get some help for your spirit or your soul, whether it's a psychologist, whether it's church, whether it's a yoga class. It does look like you found some answers and you're more and more incorporating the mind, body, and soul wellness more than you ever have before, Aries. On the other side of this is the Ace of Cups. This is also a love stuff. This can mean, you have the Lovers as well as the Ace of Cups. So this can be soulmate stuff. Have you met your soulmate? Are you your own soulmate? Have you created that love for yourself without judgment, unconditional love? But it does feel like the heart has opened tremendously over the last 12 months, and that now it's just pouring out. This Ace of Cups is pouring out. So you are giving and receiving love a little bit more neutrally, a little bit more unconditionally. Are you creating the love of your life? Are you with the love of your life and redone your vows or come to some conclusion? You have 2 aces here, so it does dictate some movement and that is needed in your life. You need some movement here, and Spirit has stepped in. So some of this is rewards, some of this are new ahas, but basically it all looks like love stuff that you really have let go. Some of the fear that has been driving you for quite a while. So let's throw a couple of these wonderful chakra cards. And these are 1-word cards. Let's see. I think these are Doreen Virtue too. Acceptance. There you go. Acceptance of yourself and others. Oh, just jumped right out. And trickery. So it does look like some of your decisions from the past were based in trickery or in falsehood of some kind. So it does look like you've been able to clear all that caca out of your space and really look at things as it truly is.